The Buffalo Bills defeated the Miami Dolphins 31-21 last night on Thursday Night Football to improve to 3-0. So happy Victory Friday to all those who celebrate. And this was a very close game. You got to give Miami a lot of credit because going into the game, I thought it was either going to be one of two things. One, it was just going to be a blowout. The Bills were going to blow the doors off the Dolphins. Josh Allen's going to win Offensive Player of the Week once again. Mike McDaniel's seat is going to be red hot. And we're going to be just cheering in the streets, right? We're going to put up a 50 burger. Or it was going to be a close game. You're going to get Miami to come out in desperation mode. And they still have these playmakers, right? In Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane. And that's what we had, a very close game. So you have to give Miami a lot of credit, but also credit to the Bills for improving to 3-0 because division games are tough and NFL games are tough in general. So just got to keep taking it 1-0. Now, that being said, as good as I feel about the Bills starting 3-0 and having control of that one seed right now, because if you look at the AFC picture, the other teams that are undefeated, now obviously they still have to play this weekend, but Cincinnati, who is down Joe Burrow now, Indianapolis with Daniel Jones, so we'll see how sustainable that is. And then you have the Chargers, who I think are going to be a good team, but I don't think that they're going to contend for that one seed with the Bills. Kansas City's 0-2. They have a game against the Giants this weekend. So I'm feeling very, very confident about the Bills' chances and not only the AFC East, but also the AFC Conference as a whole. But as I'm sitting there watching the game last night, I can't help but think about a couple of concerns that I would have looking at the big picture for December and January. Because when you see this stat, that the Bills allowed 10 of 15 third downs to be converted by the Dolphins, good enough for 67%, plus a fourth down. That is probably this team's Achilles heel right now. They cannot get off the field on third down. I don't know what it is, but the Dolphins had backup offensive linemen in, and they couldn't even sniff to it last night. So my question right there is, where's Greg Rousseau? You paid him $20 million, and he's basically been invisible this year. A.J. Epinesa, I know he recovered the fumble last week against the Jets, but I need to see more from him. That being said, it is worth noting that this team was without Ed Oliver and Matt Milano last night. And after week 6, they will be getting back defensive lineman Michael Hoyt and Larry Ogunjobi off their suspensions. And hopefully sometime soon, he's eligible to come off of IR after week 4. So after next week, rookie cornerback Maxwell Hairston will be returning as well, because as much as we love Tre'Davious White, you can tell that he's not the same player as he once was. So hopefully getting those players back and having this team healthy will help. But this has been one of those problems that's been rearing its ugly head multiple times now over the last few years. The other concern that I have is that the Bills don't have a downfield threat right now. Josh Allen only attempted one pass attempt over 10 yards last night. And Joe Brady was calling a very conservative game. And a lot of credit to him, right? Because the Bills extend their NFL record 25 straight games where they've won the turnover battle. Josh Allen just does not turn the ball over anymore. James Cook has cleaned up his game. And that being said, I mean, the run game has been great. The offensive line is great. They're working with 3 tight ends who are performing very, very well. But the one thing is they don't have that presence at wide receiver who can just take the top off the defense. And that's what Bean and McDermott talked about all offseason, is that they want to stretch the field vertically and horizontally. Josh Palmer, he had a good game against the Jets, but last night against the Dolphins, he only caught one ball for 5 yards. So I don't know what the answer is there. Can you use Tyrell Shavers a little bit more? Curtis Samuel's been a healthy scratch for 3 straight weeks. They're paying him $9 million a year. Do you want to elevate Gabe Davis? So again, I don't want to take away anything from last night's win, because when you look at these stats, Sean McDermott is now 16-2 against Miami in his career, and that .889 win percentage is second best in NFL history for one specific coach against a specific team, only trailing Paul Brown, who had a .923 win percentage against the Cardinals. Josh Allen is 14-2 against the Dolphins. He's 8-0 on Thursday Night Football, and the Bills are scoring over 32 points per game against Miami since 2018, and the Dolphins have still not won in Buffalo since 2016. So all that to say, the Bills are 3-0. I'm feeling good, but I want to know what your confidence level is in this team as the Bills have a little bit of time to rest. They can watch the film and get healthy over this mini bye. And if you like what you just saw, please like and subscribe to my channel so that you will be up to date with all of my content, takes, and analysis.